Why is every pretty girl with a horrible looking man?
I happen to be an expert on this matter. So, rule number 1. We're usually funnier because we have to learn how to attract women without our looks. So, we learn to use comedy because laughing women, their eyes are closed, they can't see how fucking ugly you are. Number 2, there's like a 90% chance that we're just gonna bring home chicken nuggets after work. So you don't have to cook. You can just sit around, eat good food, be happy, chill out on the couch. Number 3, we're not gonna be like, hey, it's Thanksgiving, let's go run a 5-kilometer fucking turkey trot. No, that's the last fucking thing we wanna do. Number 4, you can gain a couple of pounds without worrying about him leaving you because everything's about the superficial looks, because he actually likes you for who you are. Number 5, we ain't going nowhere. We don't have any fucking options.
Sometimes you see beautiful girls with ugly men. The 2 things, these are the 2 things right here, okay? 3. You'll be like, damn, he must have money.
Say it.
He must have money. Or 2, he's got a huge dick.
Yes.
But hold on, the thing is, how does she know he has a huge dick unless he already beat it? They've come to that. So you know what it is? She's probably beautiful. Men are intimidated by her. Don't approach her on a regular basis. All she needs is a friend, someone to talk to. This guy has nothing to lose. He pushes up. He talks. They become friends. He makes her laugh. Now he's getting the draws.
Today, society deliberately disregards natural reality and compares a woman's development to that of a man. This widespread misconception is frequently endorsed into young women. This can be seen at various points in their lives, but there are specific key times when it can be obvious. For instance, there are young women who have to choose a part of their development as evidence of them becoming adults and needing to find someone who is proud of them. There are numerous reasons why young women reach their decision stage, and their gathering years ultimately result in their mature development toward responsibility. Failure to secure an alpha male significantly lessens her concern for her sisterhood status. The desire to settle down is typically attributed to her interests in financial stability. Hypergamy or worry about her place in the sisterhood, and her fear that if she doesn't take advantage of a great marriage opportunity, she will fall down the sisterhood hierarchy. It is clarified that married women rank higher than divorced women, who rank higher than never-wedded women. Women strive for responsibility for a variety of reasons. Even though these factors play a significant role, it's important to keep in mind that women eventually act honestly about the society they live in, the rules of their biology, and the amount of their organic basic that is allowed within the context of the society's standards. Men frequently overlook the role that society plays in fostering a sense of security in women's behavior when they excuse them for their bad behavior because of their inclination. Even though women may act selfishly to advance their own interests, they are unquestionably adhering to what is acceptable in society and the principles. Consider 2 distinct categories of young women: the wellness of a young professional woman and a single parent who is broke. While the situation of the single parent who needs to settle down in order to secure their financial future seems obvious enough, the situation of the career young woman requires more clarification. Content dictates how women live their lives. The majority of women purposefully engage in behaviors that were reserved for men in your ancestors' time. Most women adhere to the current social norms, which state that you become an actual adult when you turn 18 and go through your childhood, gaining experience and growth. You reach a point where you want to handle married life, get married, and start your own family. This is merely an example of what was the general rule for how men lived their daily lives in your ancestors' time. You become an adult, grow up, find a new job, join the military, become a financial expert, learn some new skills, and eventually start your own family. A stepping stone toward manhood. Women were required to follow a different route. They had to learn about wifely responsibilities, find someone she would feel comfortable confiding in, find someone from her group, and keep the family going. Women got advice on this from older women and their families, which were typically mothers and grandmothers. This would include moms, grandmas, aunties, and so on due to more distant families. In any case, these women had done what they were teaching their young daughters to do. While the women were responsible for bringing a young woman into a life worthy of marriage, it was the father's responsibility to help vet and screen children for their daughters. We've established the existence of both sexes as being very similar since the development of gender orientation equity theory and the idea that people are very similar with only extraordinary intimacy organs. We are aware that women long for this and readily lead developments such as women's rights. However, given the scope of this post, what if we simply continue with the choices made by society as a whole for the time being? When men were expected to grow, they were expected to grow through difficulty, personal growth, and achieving big goals. Despite this, men are regarded as the suppliers, so this worked really well. This improvement cycle consistently happened away from the eyes of women. Various societies have had soul-altering events in which young men were sent to the woods for a while to figure out how to survive on their own. Even though this can be traced all the way back to the foundations of each community, young people typically went through their transitional experiences in the company of other men as society developed. Coaches made up of older men, siblings, fathers, uncles, and friends of the family. Today, when women are expected to go through the development process, they are expected to date, experiment with their taste, gain some development based on their experiences, and then decide to start a family. Women's primary value is being intimate. They portray their entire pattern of advancement through screwing. The majority of ladies wear this lid. From this point of view, a young woman who has a series of brief relationships is comparable to a young woman who has a series of casual intimate encounters before deciding to get married. The minority that tries to follow the traditional male development cycle of getting power and money ends up looking more manly and can only attract men who are female. This is the future of professional women. The reason women typically go through this development interaction is primarily caused by two things: a misplaced belief that men are also drawn to characteristics that women are drawn to, and the fact that women are drawn to men. She believes that a strong woman who has gone through the male development process would be valuable to a man, but she is unaware that this only applies to men. Despite the fact that every woman needs to achieve her hypergamous goal of finding a higher value partner, it is against women's rights to be accommodating to men, or to do anything that will please any man. The outlined development measure serves as a demonstration of subservience to her man in a society that is governed by standards of manliness. Women use this improvement cycle endeavor to show to themselves and men that they're just similarly capable as men before finally settling down to be a life partner. The whole thing is an attempt to avoid appearing completely ladylike or even alluringly female. It's an assertion that I can also do manly things because I spent my childhood doing manly things, which I hope has impressed you. Not as a woman, but as one of your equivalents, I require your consideration. Additionally, I require a preferred agreement over what I would have received in a society that is extremely man-centered. When you look at the ages at which Americans got married 40 years ago, the man was approximately 25 and the woman was 22. Currently, it is around 30 for men and 28 for women. Around the age of 25, which is also the age at which men use to get married, women start to think about finding someone with money. This is mostly because women's activists say that women are at their prime in their 30s. However, this is impossible without acknowledging the development cycle she needs to go through before getting married. Women begin wildly hoping to settle down when they reach the farthest point of their development cycle, which is advantageously after their gathering years. This is not because of other women alone, but rather because everyone around them believes that she should have reached full maturity and be ready to settle down. This is typically the time when family members begin asking questions like, when will she finally be an adult and settle down? Around this time, young women look for betas to get money and social attention. A beta fulfills the same need as a strikingly beautiful partner. He's there to make her look good in front of everyone. She does not love him or care about his success. He is only there to keep her safe and serve as an incidental award. He shows that she is now an adult. In addition, if it does not succeed, it is because he lacks sufficient experience. The lady is never to blame.